Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to part 2 of chapter 6. This originally was one video, but Mr. Murphy, in case you haven't, maybe you've noticed, not exactly Mr. 21st Century, and made one large video that was 25 minutes in length, and I couldn't get it on YouTube because it was too long. So I've had to divide it into two. Oh well, trial and error. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we're on the hunt for the beast. We're searching for the beast. Ralph and Jack are bickering to some extent. And Ralph says, you're a hunter. Jack went red. I know, all right. Something deep in Ralph spoke for him. I'm chief. I'll go. Don't argue. He turned to the others. You, hide here. Wait for me. He found his voice tended either to disappear or to come out too loud. He looked at Jack. Do you think? Jack muttered. I've been all over. It must be here. I see. Simon mumbled confusedly. I don't believe in the beast. Ralph answered him politely as if agreeing about the weather. No, I suppose not. His mouth was tight and pale. He put back his hair very slowly. Well, so long. He forced his feet to move until they had carried him out onto the neck of land. So Ralph is the first guy to take a walk towards Castle Rock. Now, they had seen Castle Rock earlier in the book when they did their reconnaissance mission, Simon, Jack, and Ralph, and they had seen it from afar. But now they have to go forward, and Ralph leads the way. He says, I'm chief. I'm going forward. Now they get there, and the boys are saying things like, oh, this would be a wizard place for a fort. Why can't we stay here? It will be fun. We can roll rocks in the water. And Ralph says, I say we'll go on. We've got to make certain we'll go now. Let's stay here. Back to the shelter. I'm tired. No. Ralph is almost trapped in the car with the kid who's saying, are we almost there yet? And as he's doing that, he says, I'm chief. We've got to make certain. Can't you see the mountain? There's no signal showing. There may be a ship out there. Are you all off your rockers? So Ralph, ever present, always keeping the faith, needs to go back to the mountain. Mutinously, the boys fell silent or muttering. Jack led the way down the rock and across the bridge. Interesting that he ends that chapter with Jack sort of leading the way. Well, not sort of leading the way, he is leading the way. And Ralph is left to contend with the bratty kids. And I don't think we can discount Simon in this scene, right? Simon is essentially saying, I don't believe in the beast, right? And as the one who has the insight, who sees all things good, he doesn't see the beast as something coming from somewhere else. Even though he couldn't articulate earlier, he knows that the beast is us, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think this would be as good a time as any to get kind of an overview of the island. All right, now you can see, and this is kind of how I picture it, all right? We see here, right? Here is the lagoon and the shelters, right, where the boys live. It almost looks like Typhoon Lagoon in Disney World. And the assembly area, which is kind of cool here, right? This is where they have their meetings. Simon's hideout, right? The fire location. Here's the mountain. When they were on the mountain, they could see all the way over here, which is Castle Rock. And this is the chapter's main. Well, it's not really a discovery. They saw it before, but this is the first time they're there. This is where they think the beast might be. Now, Ralph led the way this way. Jack leads the way back, right? Because we know that the beast is not as Castle Rock. Almost symbolically, right? This is where the beast is, up around this area, right? See Simon's hideout. So we have all these cool things, all these interesting things on this map. So I found this, and I just thought it would be a good thing to take a look at. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, this wraps up Chapter 6, Part 2. It begins with a sign from the world of grown-ups, and the sign from the world of grown-ups is the dead parachutist. So the sign is essentially, don't count on us. We've blown each other up. We've blown each other up. Don't look at us as a paradigm, as something to be followed. Grown-ups would know what to do. That's the sign that Percival gets, right? Sam Nerrick and the new beast. Sam Nerrick never really get close enough. They just sort of hear these new sounds, as if someone who would be frightened of a mouse that would run away from it. Ralph, the conch, and the fire. Ralph asserts himself fairly well as a leader here, right? You know, he tells Jack to sit down. Now, Jack doesn't sit down, but he doesn't say anything. He also leads the way on the search for the beast to Castle Rock. Once we get to Castle Rock, Jack looks at it as a fort. Ralph looks at it as something rotten. Simon, who is pictured here, by the way, Simon says, touch your toes. Well, he doesn't say touch your toes, but you get the idea, you know. Simon says, I don't believe in the beast. Why would Simon believe in the beast? He's like the smartest kid there, right? Next to Piggy, that is. And at the end, follow the leader. As Ralph contends with the spoiled kids who want to stay and play at the fort, Ralph has to get back and light that fire, right? And the importance of that fire, the importance of having faith, having hope. Jack leads the way out of Castle Rock. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps this up. What I need you guys to do is to read Chapter 7 this evening, right? And there will be a PDF involved, and watch the video. And I will promise you this, ladies and gentlemen, I will get better at this, so bear with me, but this is the way I'm going to do things. This is an app that I'm very comfortable using, and I'll get you this information, but I expect you to keep reading the book, and there will be quizzes and tests when we return, okay? So you guys do me a favor, have a great day, a great night, keep reading the book, and I hope to see you soon, all right? I'd much rather be doing this in the class. Thanks, guys. Take care.